Well, I'm just wanting to tell, or basically ask somebody. I got a 2002 Volkswagen Jetta, and it's got a 2.0 in it. It's just a Jetta. It doesn't say GSL or turbo or anything. The guy I bought it from said, "Oh, it's a turbo," and I'm like, "Dude, no. It says 2002 Volkswagen Jetta red." Okay, but the tranny, I know that there's no overflow for the tranny. You basically just fill it up, until it's full. I'm thinking that's what that dude told me, and then you're done. It's full. It's full of transmission fluid. Once it overflows, it's got a stopper thing in it to where you can't. But anyway, I'm just gonna do it that way. But the engine sounds good. The suspension, he said that somebody put up the brakes on backwards or something, so the light's on. But I just really need some advice. It's a '02 Jetta, the 2.0. It's a red car. It don't really matter. But, I just drove it down the road. I seen a cop. I was like, oh, shit, because I get it plated tomorrow. But, I'm going to take it easy on the car. I'm not going to give it hell, but, I put it in reverse, drive, neutral, first, second, third. It's automatic, and, it just goes, clunk, when you put it in gear. But then once you start shifting through, when you put it back in park and then go to reverse, if it's been in there once recently, it just goes, boom. I don't think it has transmission problems, but I just want to know some advice, about the Jettas, how do I take care of it? I'm going to change the oil and flush the transmission fluid and filter and oil and filter, and I'm going to fix the brakes in the front. Financially, I can't really go to the back yet, but I am going to, just change the pads in the front and, turn the rotors somewhere to see if I can get them turned, because when you hit the brakes, sometimes it just, just barely, you can barely feel it. Then the windshield wiper light's on, and it's he's like, well, that car, man, it's got to be level when you check stuff and change it, or a light will come on. It's all computerized and stuff. But yeah, I gotta change the windshield wipers. That's why the windshield wipers are basically shot. There's nothing on there, so it's making a light come on. That's how sensitive this car is. But if anybody can just tell me, I found out where to fill the transmission fluid. It's basically under the driver's side light, way under there. You got to put a hose down there. I'm going to drain it and change the filter. It's complicated as hell. I watched on YouTube of how to change the filter. You got to take the whole casing off, take a couple wires off, and then the filter comes off. I'm thinking that's the filter. It's just like a little freaking. He said it's only $12. But anyway, if anybody can reply of just, I'm not rich. I'm gonna make sure the fluids stay good. I'm gonna baby the car. It's only got 150,000 miles on it. 154. He took it to Florida. He said he didn't have no problem. But yeah, if anybody's got some advice hey man, when you change the brakes, make sure you do this, or I'm going to make sure it's in a concrete floor, a garage floor, it's however level that is. It's concrete, so I got a buddy that's got a jack stands and all that. But if anybody's got any advice of how to, take care of it better or any tricks, I'm going to just drain the transmission fluid, fill it up till it overflows. That's what that said on there. Basically, when it starts kind of overflowing, you stop, make sure the downspout's back in there. It looks like a little black breadstick about this big. When you take the cap off, it comes out with it 2 inches, and then I had this much in a quart. And it was in the back of the car. I put that in there, and it didn't overflow yet. So I think it's needing a little bit. But I drove it from Indy to here, 40 miles, and I got it hot. It don't get hot. It overflows full of water and radiator fluid, I guess, and it does good, man. I know one thing: if you do something wrong with them cars, if you get a code wrong or if you activate a code, if it's security code in those, it's a bitch, you know. And I hope that I can maintenance the car and then make the car last me a couple, 4 or 5 years. And you know, if anybody, also I wanted to ask, I think the engine's going to run great for a while. It's a 2.0. It doesn't say on anything in the car that it's a GSL or anything, but he told me it's a turbo. And I'm like, bro, how can it be a turbo when it doesn't say turbo anywhere? It's a 4-cylinder 2.0. You know, like, I've seen the 4 deals, but the exhaust, I looked down there, it's been welded before, and I felt the exhaust when it's running, and it's not really, it's a lot of air coming out of the exhaust, but there's some coming right off the heads, you know, where they've welded it, or when it comes off the deal there. So we're losing some pressure there. So I'm going to probably go to auto parts store, and I don't know if you got to take the motor mounts out to lift it up a little bit or something to get down there and fix and put a cap on it, or basically a cast for the exhaust. So I do want to do that, and I do want to fix the exhaust after I flush the fluids and stuff. But what I was going to say is, if anybody's got a 2.0, a transmission for a 2.0, you know,